This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for May 8, 2023. And in the news this evening, double murder in Mount Salem where Zozo was declared. The St. James police are investigating a gun attack which reportedly left 2 people dead and 1 injured in a section of Mount Salem on Monday, where a zone of special operation has been declared. Preliminary reports are that about 1 p.m., 3 men were standing at an entrance to Crawford Street in Mount Salem when they came under gunfire. They were shot and rushed to the nearby Conroe Regional Hospital, where 2 were pronounced dead and the other admitted for treatment. In 2017, Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared Mount Salem as the first Zozo under the Law Reform Zones of Special Operations, Special Security and Community Development Measures Act. Hanover businesswoman shot and killed, 3 others injured. A woman was shot and killed while 3 others were injured in a gun attack at her business establishment in her Hanover community on Sunday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as 53-year-old Margarita Samuels, otherwise called Claudette, of Zion District, Hopewell, Hanover. Reports from the Sandy Bay Police are that about 4:05 p.m., Samuels and several patrons were at the business establishment in Hopewell when 3 men, posing as customers, entered the facility. The men then opened gunfire, hitting Samuels and the patrons before making their escape. The police were summoned, and all 4 injured persons were transported to hospital, where Samuels was pronounced dead. The others, comprising 2 men and a woman, were admitted for treatment. The Hanover police are investigating. Man shot dead in Montego Bay Market. The St. James police are now investigating the shooting death of a man in the Charles Garden Market on Monday morning. The man is yet to be identified. Reports are that about 6:15 a.m., the man was attacked and killed by unknown assailants. When the police arrived, his body was discovered on a section of Fosdick Road in the commercial space. Man injured during confrontation with police in Flanker. The Independent Commission of Investigations has launched an investigation into a non-fatal shooting between police and a man in Flanker, St. James on Monday morning. The man was shot and injured during a confrontation with police about 5 a.m. in New Road in the community. His condition is uncertain at this time. Indicom says that investigators are still working to gather information on the matter. 1 in custody following firearm and ammo seizure in St. James. A man has been charged after his alleged suspicious behavior during a police operation on Creek Street in Montego Bay, St. James on Sunday led to a search and a seizure of an illegal firearm and ammunition. Charged with the possession of illegal firearm and ammunition is 33-year-old Hopeton Yuan, otherwise called Paul, of Sunrise Crescent in Portobello, St. James. Reports from the Montego Bay Police are that about 1:45 p.m., lawmen were on operation in the area when they saw a man whose actions aroused their suspicion. He was accosted and searched, and a Ranger .38 revolver containing 2 cartridges were found in his possession. Yuan was subsequently taken into custody and later charged. His court date is being finalized. Police women rescued by residents after ice pick attack in Portland. Residents of Port Antonio, Portland, ran to the aid of 2 police women after the cops were reportedly attacked by a man with an ice pick on Saturday. The residents helped to subdue the man, who allegedly continued to stab at the cops even though he was pepper sprayed. He was eventually shot in the leg. The man, 51-year-old Donovan James, a mechanic from Prospect Settlement in the parish, has since been charged with assault at common law and the possession of an offensive weapon. Reports reaching the news are that around 2:30 p.m., the police women, a constable and a district constable, were on foot patrol in the rural town when they were accosted by a man near a Ruby's service station. It is understood that an ice pick was pulled and used to stab at the cops. The man was pepper sprayed but continued to attack the police women, and one of them pulled and discharged her firearm, hitting James in the leg. Several onlookers ran to the assistance of the cops, held James and took the ice pick from him. He was taken to the Port Antonio Hospital, where he was treated, admitted, charged, and placed under police guard. Man shot dead near school in Spanish Town. A man was killed near St. John's Primary School in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, Monday morning. He is 48-year-old Garrett Powell, a poultry farmer of Kittentown, St. Catherine. The police say about 11:20 a.m., Mr. Powell was walking near the school when a vehicle with armed men aboard drove up. A man armed with a handgun exited the vehicle and opened fire at the man who ran. He was chased and fatally shot. No motive has been established for the killing. 19-year-old murdered in Hayes, Clarendon. A 19-year-old man was found murdered in Hayes, Clarendon on Sunday. The body of Rick Cole Lewis was found Sunday morning by residents of Land Lease Raymond in the parish. Residents of the community heard gunfire in the area about 8 p.m. Saturday, but did not alert the police. The teen's body was found in bushes about 10 o'clock Sunday morning with multiple bullet wounds. Police probing shooting death of St. Anne man. The police are probing the death of a man in Cave Valley, St. Anne. He is 38-year-old Evroy Wilson, otherwise called Mikey of Cave Valley. The police say about 3:30 Monday morning, Mr. Wilson returned home from a party in the community when explosions were heard. A relative went in the direction of the veranda where he saw Mr. Wilson unresponsive. An alarm was raised and the police summoned. On their arrival, the lifeless body of the man was seen face down in a pool of blood. Teen girl among 3 arrested in Westmoreland gun find. 1 firearm and several rounds of ammunition were seized during a joint police military operation in Contented District with Horn, Westmoreland on Monday. Reports from the Westmoreland police are that between 5 a.m. and 6:30 a.m., a patrol team conducting operations in the area searched a premises where 1 9mm Smith & Wesson pistol with 18 9mm cartridges was seized. 3 people, including a teenage girl, have been taken into custody in connection with the find. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. Passenger in St. Mary crash doing well. Rashawn Nemard, the passenger in the ill-fated 2-seater plane that crashed in the hills of Hampstead, St. Mary last Friday, is resting at home after being released from hospital Sunday. The apprentice engineer is said to be in good spirits. The crash claimed the life of Major Dudley Beek, a former commanding officer of the Jamaica Defense Force Air Wing Reserve. Both men left Tinson Pen for the Ian Fleming International Airport in St. Mary at 9:03 a.m. The Ercoupe aircraft went down in the Ballards Valley area of Hampstead approximately 9:30 a.m., the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority reported. Hearing a loud explosion and found the small craft on the Ballards Valley property. Its crumbled nose was touching the ground, tail up in the air, the body supported by slender trees. A search and rescue team comprising members of the JDF, firefighters, the Port Authority of Jamaica, and the Jamaica Constabulary Force was deployed. They found the 2 injured men at the crash site and had them airlifted to the University Hospital of the West Indies. Major Beek, a highly regarded member of the aviation sector, later died from his injuries. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.